And you are currently looking at the morphed microwave imagery of Tropical Storm Kong-Rey and its impact here on the Philippines. The bulk of the convection being blown off towards the western periphery of the storm system here on the 27th of August 2013. Actually, the center of circulation does remain rather exposed at this time. And what I like to say, the storm is rather naked here, and you can see the bulk of the convection here. These strong thunderstorms, they're off over northern Luzon. We're actually still seeing the heavy rain showers out here, even confirmed up by radar. Center of circulation just towards the northeast of Apar here. It does look like an eye, but this is actually just low-lying clouds. Now, what is going to be happening into the next 24 to 48 hours? We're expecting this to get its act together, get that circulation together, and, well, the Japan Meteorological Agency has gone as far in the past 24 hours to push the max intensity of this storm system up to possibly, well, a pretty decent strength typhoon. Pulling off there towards the north, just east of Taiwan, west of Ishigaki-jima. What we could see here, though, at least according to JMA, is by Friday, winds gusting up to 70 to 100 knots, sustained at 70, gusting to 100 knots. Pressure at 965, so a strong typhoon here. Now, as far as the track and the intensity, that is, well, something that is rather uncertain if you compare up the different agencies, because JMA is by far the strongest at this time. Let's take a look at what JTWC is saying at the very least. They expect winds with Kong-Rey to peak right around 55, gusting up to 70 knots, so barely a severe tropical storm. Also, they're pulling it a little bit farther there towards the east, closer to Okinawa. The big thing with this one, though, I do expect the wind field to really spread out once it gets out here towards the north on Thursday going into Friday. So regardless where it is, I think tropical storm strength winds are going to be spread out over a rather wide area. Now, even the JMA model does pick up on this wind spreading out here all the way from the east coast of Taiwan over towards the southern Japanese islands. As far as the intensity of this becoming a strong typhoon, especially since it's so close to the eastern seaboard of Taiwan, you have mountains there, I don't see that happening unless it pulled a little bit farther there towards the east. And once again, though, there is a big difference here, and the key thing is how much vertical wind shear is going to be impacting this storm system as it does pull off there towards the north, because right now it does have a high amount of vertical wind shear because we have this upper level trough over top, and that is inducing some of this shear. And why we're seeing that, well, the storm rather naked, we see this diving down there towards the north. It has some influence off of that. Well, as we look ahead here, we see the upper level jet, it pulls in, you have that ridge that comes in, and that really pulls in the Westpac high in towards the west here. So we're going to start to see that ridging, less vertical wind shear on the storm. It's going to allow it to intensify. How long is it going to be allowed to intensify? That's the key factor. And, well, how much land interaction is going to have there towards Taiwan before on Friday into Saturday, we have the next trough that starts to dip in here, and that's going to start to interact as the storm spread out those winds and really just shear it all apart. I think that it's not going to have enough time to make it a typhoon. But with that said, this is the key thing that we're going to talk about today, and just the impact. It's still going to be enhancing the southwest monsoon if you are in northern Luzon around Apari, extending out there towards the west. Even down there towards Subic, we could see some showers at times. We've seen that on radar here today, actually, a stream of showers pushing in around Subic Bay. Manila, lucky you. You actually missed the bulk of this precipitation. It's staying just about 1 to 200 kilometers farther there towards the north. So we're still going to be seeing that enhancement of the monsoon for most of northern Luzon. Then as this storm pulls farther there towards the north, we're going to start to see these winds really become spread out. Tropical storm, severe tropical storm intensity, I think is more likely. It becoming a typhoon at this time. None of the models are supporting that intensity. I think JMA has gone a little bit overboard on that, but just my thoughts on it. Now, winds with this, though, are going to be pushing some tropical storm strength winds across the southern Japanese islands. Even the northwestern portion of Luzon, you have that southwest monsoon streaming in. And this could cause, well, some minor damage if you're going to be foolish enough to leave anything outside, anything large that could be easily picked up by winds. That's the main factor with this out here across the southern Japanese islands. I know the bases there are still in T-Core 4 at this time, but marine warnings have put up to a storm strength out here just towards the south of Okinawa, towards the east of Taiwan. Taiwan, according to the Japan Meteorological Agency. So that mainly is just a big heads up for any shipping traffic out here, and I do expect these warnings to fall farther and farther there towards the north. And if JMA has still the same intensity, these are likely going to be typhoon strength warning. Outside of Kong-Rey, though, everybody, just a quick look around. We have some improving weather across most of Japan. Scattered thunderstorms into Hokkaido today. That's something to watch out for. Plus, a new low pressure area is going to be forming out of central and northeastern China, bringing some heavy rain showers there. Then moving into the Korean Peninsula by Wednesday into Thursday. That low pressure, as shown here in the northwestern portion of your screen, it's going to push out here towards the east, and that's going to be associated with that trough I was talking about. That's going to pick up Kong-Rey down here towards the south, or Nando. It's going to pick it up and pull it off there towards the north, shear it apart later on in the week. So that is what's going on right now, everybody. A lot cooler temperatures also there towards the north, or at the very least relatively cooler than what we were seeing here in previous weeks. Only 26 currently in the Tokyo. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.